Yes, sir.
I'd like to say that if you look at our clock is back to work.
Yeah, right.
It's not done.
You got that?
Yeah, got that in.
We'll now call this meeting to order for October 12th, 2011. Again, we'll have our invocation by Mr. Craig Green. Stand up and just get there, please, sir.
Y'all pray with me. God, for this day we are thankful. God, for you being the God that you are, we are thankful. God, thank you for loving us and taking care of us and caring for us. God, thank you for the leadership that you've appointed, God, that you ordained ahead of time to run the city. God, I just pray that you give them wisdom and that each leader inside the city serves, keeping you in mind first and serving in a way that's pleasing unto you. God, again, thank you for being the God that you are and loving us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Roll call, Mr. West.
Councilmember Andy Page. Here. Councilmember Johnny Cook.
Here.
Council President Garland Gudger Jr.
Here.
Councilmember Jenny Folsom.
Here.
Councilmember Clint Hollingsworth.
Here.
Mayor Max A. Townsend.
Here.
Next on the agenda is the reading of the minutes. To do so, we'll have a motion to suspend the rules. Do we have such a motion?
Mr. President, I make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Please call the council, Mr. West.
Councilmember Andy Page. Aye. Councilmember Johnny Cook.
Aye.
Council President Garland Gudger Jr.
Aye.
Councilmember Jenny Folsom.
Aye.
Councilmember Clint Hollingsworth.
Now, at this time, we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from September 26, 2011. What is the pleasure of the council?
Now move to approve the minutes.
Motion and multiple seconds. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That passes. Any additions or deletions to the agenda tonight? Having none, we'll move to reports of our standing committees. Police Committee, Councilmember Andy Page.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. We'll call both chiefs up and give us a review. You would, have it.
Yes, sir. I think speaking for both of us, we can say it was beyond our expectations. And just from a security standpoint, I can tell you that there were no arrests and we had no incidents at all during this whole time.
Same for us. We didn't have any major events or anything happen. A few band-aids. Other than that, everything went real good. So as many crowds we had, there's no injuries, and everything went real well.
Yes, sir.
Chief Reinhardt, could you tell us, did you have a fire truck at the cook-off? And how did that go? There wasn't any.
Yes, sir. We had
no
one
fires or anything?
Yes, we didn't have any fires. Nobody got burned. Anything like that. It went real well. We had a truck up there just in case anything went bad, but everything went real good up there too. It was real good.
Thank you, Chief.
How did you think that the traffic and crowd control went? I know this is something that nobody knew what to expect.
Well, you know, we had officers at every venue, and
Yes.
Chief had firefighters at every venue as well, and equipment at every venue. So we had some pre-positioned assets. But something that we talked about, we've already started pre-planning, is to have meetings on how we can improve it for next year.
Right.
I know there's a debriefing meeting October, I think it's 24th, Mayor. I think the 24th. I want to make sure you two gentlemen are at that meeting to listen to how we need to plan for next year and what we need to do from any mistakes that we made this year. But from a public safety standpoint, I'd like for both of you to be at that meeting. Okay. Johnny, I'm sorry. Stop that. I know 3,000 armbands were passed out before Thursday night. Anything else, Coach?
I do. Thank you, Chief and Chief.
Thank you, guys.
Departments did. I appreciate it.
You too, Greg. Thank you so much for all you did.
Yes, sir.
You just heard my report also from the Fire Committee, Sanitation Committee, Councilmember Johnny Cook.
No report.
Street.
Back
it up.
This is the week that we're cleaning up the city, and you can put anything out on the curb and they'll pick it up. You know, old washers, dryers, refrigerators, TVs. The what?
No batteries.
No batteries,
No
I don't
tires.
pick up car batteries or tires, you know. But anyway, we're trying to clean the city up, so.
And this is one thing that was called on, do we have to call, or do you just set it out there? And their normal route?
Depends on your normal route. And what they need to understand is if it's big items, they won't pick it up with, right then, they come back with like the brush truck, the knuckle boom truck, and pick it up.
And I'm gonna do the same thing you did, in reverse just a moment. We do have one thing with fire committee that Chief Reinhardt told us in the pre-council, which was about Domino's Pizzas helping us do a fire safety week. Can you tell them a little bit about that program? I'm sorry to call you back up.
Oh, that's okay. Yes, sir, I appreciate it. National Fire Week, and everybody needs to be aware of it, you know, make sure you got all your fire safety codes up where you need to be, your smoke detectors, change your batteries and all that. But also what we're doing is we're promoting a safety with Domino's Pizza, where certain times this week, they will give a call to somebody delivering pizza, and they'll call the station, and a truck will go with the pizza delivery guy, and when he gets there, our guy will go up and ask, can we come into your house and check your smoke detector? If he goes in and checks your smoke detector and they're working properly, the pizza's free. If it's not, we'll leave them with the batteries or either a new smoke detector, whichever one they need. That won't be for every pizza that's being delivered, but it just builds something once.
Thank you, Chief, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I wasn't here at the last council meeting.
You missed?
Well, I had a pretty important place over there. But, and I don't know if y'all mentioned it, but I want to tell Chief Reinhardt that, I was at the fair parade, and I was very, very impressed and thankful and glad that we bought those dress uniforms for the firefighters when they came marching down through there, and them holding that banner that, for the fallen firefighters of 9/11. It was very impressive. I had several people mention it to me.
Yes, sir, we appreciate it. We appreciate the council's support, and the mayor on getting those uniforms. We're really proud of them. They look really good.
It impressed me.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, Street Committee, Councilmember Clint Hollingsworth.
No report.
Finance Committee, Councilmember Jenny Folsom.
No report.
Next on the agenda is a report from our mayor, Mayor Max A. Townsend. Any report from you, Mayor?
I think everything's been said, and I do appreciate those two departments, police department, fire department, all of your men. I was out there and I saw y'all in place. You did a fantastic job. Make sure that you pass that on to your employees, that the council and the mayor and everybody in the city appreciates everything that y'all did, the long hours. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Next, under petitions, comments from anyone that is not on the agenda. If there's anyone that would like to speak, please come forward at this time. Having none, we'll move to petitions, applications, complaints, appeals, and communications. First on the agenda is a request from Mr. Jason Moore of Moore Chevron, LLC, located at 1701 Cherokee Avenue Southwest, for an approval letter from the city alcohol license. What he is asking for is an off-premise beer and wine, which has also received a favorable recommendation from the Alcohol Review Committee. What is the pleasure of the council upon this request?
I move we approve.
Second.
A motion to approve and a second. Any further discussion? Again, this was with a favorable recommendation from the Art Board. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion is carried. Number 2 on the agenda is a request from Mr. Joe Hill of Boots Hill LLC for the city to vacate a 5-foot strip of land across in the middle part of Lot 238, owned by Boots Hill LLC and Dr. George Ingram. This will be sent to the Planning Commission for further review. Number 3 will also be sent to the Planning Commission for further review, which is a request from Mr. Gregory Henry for the city to annex his property located at 1877 Goodwin Drive into the city limits of Cullman. As I said, that will be moved and also looked at for the Planning Commission to make a recommendation back to the council. So we'll move on to number 4. A request from the wastewater treatment plant superintendent, Mr. Jeff Adams, to go out to bid for ultraviolet light equipment at an estimated budgeted cost of $55,000. And again, it's a budgeted item. What's the pleasure of the council?
I make a motion to approve this request.
Second.
A motion and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Next on number 5 on the agenda is a request for the building inspector David Branch to purchase a desktop computer from Dell on state bid list of T504 and then budgeted amount $1,441. What is the pleasure of the council?
I move to accept this request.
Have a motion to approve and a second. Again, this is budgeted items. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That request has also been granted. Number 6 is a request from Sanitation Superintendent, Mr. Larry Jones, to purchase 2 desktop computers from Dell on the state bid list in the amount of $2,963. What is the pleasure of this request?
I make a motion to approve this request.
Second. Motion and second, again, budgeted money. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Number 7, a request from Police Chief Kenny Culpepper to purchase a 2012 Dodge 1500 Crew Cab pickup truck from Ben Atchison Motors on the state bid list in the budgeted amount of $21,646. What is the pleasure of the council?
I move to accept this request.
Second.
A motion to approve and a second. And this again is a budgeted item. Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That has also been granted. Number 8 is a request from the Economic Development Director, Peggy Smith, to also purchase a computer in the budgeted amount of $1,378. Again, this is budgeted also. What is the pleasure of the council?
Move be approved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is also granted. Under resolutions, ordinances, orders, and other business. First on the agenda is a resolution 2012-01 to authorize an agreement between the Chamber of Commerce and the City of Cullman. This is an annual renewal that we do. Pretty much have a membership, and so they can promote the City of Cullman. This is budgeted funds in the amount of $2,500. What is the pleasure of the council?
I move to adopt this resolution.
Second.
Have a motion to adopt and a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries. Second on the agenda under resolutions 2012-02 is to surplus and dispose of a portion of Avenue A Southeast, which has received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission. What is the pleasure of the council on this particular annexation? Disposal of land, you know.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we table this. I really haven't had a chance to review it and have a document.
I know you've been out with your daughter's surgery, so we'll look at that again. We have a motion to table it. Is there a second? All in favor of tabling this to a future date? What is the pleasure of the council? 2, 3. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That will be tabled for future review. Number 3, at this time we're going to stop through our resolutions and have a public hearing for ordinance 2011-27, which was to amend section 62-917 and also 62-918 of the zoning ordinance of the city of Cullman. And then after that, we will take a vote since it will be the second reading. So we're going to open the public hearing up now for anyone to speak in favor of this. Please come forward. This time, we won't have anyone to oppose this particular ordinance. Please come forward. Having none, we'll move back to our regular scheduled agenda, and we will be able to have the second reading of this presented to the council for their final vote for passage. So what is the pleasure of the council on this particular ordinance? And again, this is our second reading so that we can act on this tonight.
I move to adopt this ordinance.
Have a motion and a second, and Roy, just for a small nutshell, I think for discussion, we need to explain.
This ordinance is extended time, past 120 days, when
extending the time to rebuild?
Just extend it to 420 days.
As long as they're building in the same footprint. Because there are some residential living within the CBD.
Doesn't change the requirements, just give them all the time vehicles, if they're jail and they're gonna get permit.
Thank you, Lord. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor of adopting this ordinance, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And Roy, that allows almost, we've added another 300 days.
300 days.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
Hopefully that should help.
Number 4 is an ordinance. This ordinance is to rescind ordinance number 2007-22 and to establish a new emergency water conservation plan for the city of Cullman. This is also the second reading, which we are able to act on this particular ordinance. What is the pleasure of the council? And then we'll have discussion as we get our first motion and our second.
I move that we adopt this ordinance.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Now, at this time is discussion. I just wanted to make sure that we all saw in our box that Mr. David Freeman from the water treatment plant had signed off, and also Mr. Chris Raymond from water and sewer of the city of Cullman. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
This is very similar to our previous ordinance.
Mm-hmm.
The other water authorities wanted us to tweak ours a little bit so that it would work within their systems also. So this ordinance is not only recommended by our water department, but also by the other water authorities that are buying water to the city of Cullman. So everybody will be on the same page.
That's a good point, Roy. So all the other water supply systems have adopted the same ordinance, right? Any further discussion? We already had a motion and a second. All in favor of adopting this ordinance, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That will also pass. And last on the agenda is board appointments. What is the pleasure of the council on this particular item?
Mr. President, there are 2 appointments that are due to be made for the park and recreation appointments. I'd like to make, do we have to take them separately or can we do them together or
If
what?
they agree on both of them, we can do it at the same time.
I'd like to nominate Beth Johnson and Lana Heatherly for reappointment to serve on that board.
It's in the motion to do those together. And do we have a second for those 2 names? And those are both reappointments. We've had a motion and a second. Any discussion? Having none, all in favor of this motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Any other board appointments tonight that we need to handle?
Mr. President, on the Board of Zoning and Adjustments, I'd like to make a motion nomination to move Austin Hall from supernumerary to active member in place of Doug Penn.
And this is in form of a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Having none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Another appointment is also made. Any other appointments?